Mr. Chairperson. Thank you for these kind words towards me, towards my personality. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share with you some realities of Ashraf and the situation in Iraq. And I would like you to draw your own conclusions from what you will hear. I was the lead person on Ashraf file, and I was also the advisor of the Special Representative of Secretary General in Baghdad. I was visiting Ashraf every week. And when I arrived to Ashraf, before we land, I always ask the pilot to hover around Ashraf so that I see closely the whereabouts of everybody and who's doing what. And I could tell you that Ashraf is highly fortified camp where nothing could penetrate into the camp without the active preparation and support of the Iraqi police and army. I used to make a joke with one of the officers, telling him how many foxes crossed the fence into Ashraf, because they know little details. There are observation towers in every corner of the camp, in the south, in the east, west, and the north. After the events of 8 April 2011, the Iraqi forces took 40% of the northern side of Ashraf and built this berm which crosses Ashraf from east to west, 5 meters high, and BMPs, these infantry mechanized tanks, were placed on top of these berms with their tanks directed to residential areas. Every little detail is observed on an hourly basis. Nothing could go into Ashraf without being seen, and the officers of the military police have the full powers. Their powers override the police. There is a battalion of police in Ashraf and a battalion of the mechanized infantry. And the captain in charge of the military police is the one in charge, and he gives orders to colonels who are in charge of the police and the army. So the military police is in fact in charge of Camp Ashraf since 2009. Now, when I hear that there is doubts raised about who did it, it shocks me. It shocks me because I know exactly the mechanism, how it's done. They did it in 2011, and it was me who did the fact-finding. And I spoke directly to those who committed the crime in April 2011. And they tried to put the blame on the Ashrafis, but in the end they recognized they did it. My counterparts in the American embassy also tried to hide the realities, but they told me, oh, you know, the situation got out of hand, and the Iraqi army could not sort of monitor the situation closely. But they went into Ashraf on the 10th of April and did not inform me, because there are some conventions, working arrangements that we inform each other. And I went to Ashraf on the 13th of April. to just find out that the Americans have been there before me. And they didn't say anything. They kept quiet. The report about the massacre of April 2011 was sent here to Geneva in irregular manner because I was not allowed to send the report through the normal channel. That means if I don't send it in irregular manner, we would have covered it up. Now coming to the 1st of April, 1st of September, this last massacre. Madam the President, you remember in the ceremony of the iftar, I warned and I said it's going to happen. And I was not sort of guessing. It's built on the information I shared with the Iraqi authorities. They did share lots of information with me, and including the fact that they will do these things of attacking and eventually extraditing a number of them. And let me very briefly, Mr. President, also brief you on how things are done in UNAMI. So for you to understand that there is nothing that happened to the Ashrafis, and that is a secret to UNAMI. Look at the institutions of UNAMI. Which sections deal with the situation of security? There are 3 institutions within UNAMI. The first one called POLAD. POLAD is an institution of the police that advises UNAMI on security from the police side. Second institution is MILAD, military advisors. The MILAD coordinates with the Iraqi army and also shares security issues. Third institution is DSS, Department of Safety and Security. Department of Safety and Security over sort of view the whole security situation together with the Chief of Staff of the Iraqi army and the security of the Prime Minister. So I'm surprised that the statements made sort of pretending that there is a doubt who did it. There is no doubt. And I could confirm in this meeting, and I hope the press or the UN personnel existing in this room would challenge what I'm saying. I'm telling you that it was done by the Iraqi army, coordinated by the Prime Minister's office, ordered by Falah Fayyad, the National Security Advisor. Now, where are the abducted 7 people? Here again, it's not a secret. There is no way for UNAMI not to know. There is no way for the American embassy not to know where they are. And I'm telling you from my experience. When the 36 in 2011 were taken from Al-Khalis, they were they disappeared. And I followed them. Where were they? They were in Baghdad in the green zone, 50 meters away from UNAMI headquarters, also 50 meters from the Iraqi presidency, in a building with a label on it, the High Council of National Education. Under the National Education, it was used as secret prison. They kept them there. I went to visit them. In the presence of the Iraqi security officers, I told them, now you are my neighbors. I will visit you every day. Next day I went to visit them. They were removed. They were taken to the airport to a prison called Al-Muthanna. This is a pattern of behavior that repeats itself constantly. And I'm telling you that UNAMI knows very well this pattern and knows also, shares the information with the Iraqi military apparatus and the other organizations. ICRC, UNHCR know these things as well. We used to sit down and share this information on a daily basis among ourselves and with the diplomatic community. So things are clear, the responsibilities are clear, and it's time, it's really time to hold the UN accountable for what's happening, because I do not believe that they do not know. I said in last August that this is predictable and preventable. Nothing has been done. We witnessed a crime against humanity, and accounts must be done. Thank you very much for your attention.